Arrow Home, Talisman, Moonwater, plus 6 usual. Thank you, Norbash Bash. Alright, as soon as we're in the lobby, guys, we'll talk a little bit about this first best of 5 that is obviously really community focused. This is not going to be high level gaming, but it might be fun. Air played before, and honestly it didn't even go as bad as it probably went in his head, because in his head he probably thought that everything went wrong and he just lost in a very one-sided series. Well, I think especially in low MMR games, it's so obvious that if you just do one thing a little bit better, it'd be a completely different series, and he could have won, I think, at least one of the games, if not 2 of the games. I think one of the games he was winning when he left. But yeah, that's these are the things that happen. At 3200 MMR, a lot of strange things do happen. I have no idea about the level of Jakub. Jakub is someone who's incredibly passionate about Starcraft 2. We'll talk about it soon. He has been playing for a long time, but he's got a lot of other things in life that take time, take priority, so he doesn't really have the time to be a try-hard pro gamer and really push for 5k or 6k. But he just loves the game, and he does a lot of nice things for the community, which we'll talk about soon as well. He's a big Piggy fan. Every event we go, he'll have breakfast with me, he'll have lunch with me. But the moment that Pig is around, he's like, Roddy, I gotta dip out a little bit, I gotta go say hi to Pig. And yes, that does make me feel where I stand in life. Clearly, I am the side chick. Jakub may love me, but he definitely doesn't love me as much as he loves Piggy. But I can't really blame him for that. Alright, ready. Go. First, the series of the night. We've got 4 series, very little Protoss today, guys. Since everybody is so sick and tired of Protoss, I decided to have a Friday night that is almost Protoss free, besides this one. It is Airneanach for his 2nd time in like 1 month, opening up the Big Brain Bouts against Jakub, a Zerg player from the Czech Republic. Jakub is, I think, a little bit older than me, so he's probably around 40. He is a very passionate, or no, he's younger than me. I think he just, I don't know. What is Jakub? He's like either my age or a little bit older or a little bit younger. But it's very close. He is a big fan of Starcraft. He has been a supporter of Team Roddy for a long time, where he helps out a little bit with some of the cost in regards of Fionn, Sepp, or some of the other players in the past. I've tried to make him play quite a few times, but he travels back and forth between Berlin and Czech Republic very often, and so he can't always play. But this week it worked out, and I said, alright, then I think it is time. And obviously it has to be against Air as well. These two guys, of course, know each other from Home Story Cup. Jakub is also the man who bought the poker table at Home Story Cup, because we used to have a very crappy poker table that kind of fell apart. It was dirty, it was messy, and Jakub said, hey, can you get me in contact with Take TV? If we sit 3 days behind this table, I want to get a real table for the place. So he actually bought an entire poker table for Dennis, and yeah, Dennis was like, wait, what? He wants to buy a table? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, sure, I guess he's allowed. So now we have a beautiful table over in Krefeld at Home Story Cup. Let's do it, guys. BBB number 84. Let's hope it goes a whole lot better than number 83, which was a bit of a disaster last week.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight.
This BBB doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Exclamation mark B-mate. It does. I have a link to the bracket for you. I have everything. In the bottom left side of Erreholm, we are looking at the main base of our Zerg player from the Czech Republic. A bit of a weird opening. It's a pool with a delayed hatch. Oh my god. No fear at all. Drops the roach warren while the probe is attacking the spawning pool. I love it. This is Jakub. And this man tried his luck for the first time ever in the Big Brain Bouts a couple weeks ago. He is the American Passion Lord. Mostly a Brood War guy, but he loves SC2 as well. It is Airneanach. Air lost 0-3 against Davlitos, the Swedish man who signs up for everything. I love how we had a probe in the main base attacking the pool, but they did not go 2 pixels deeper to see why there was an early pool. But he is going 2nd gate before the expand, so I'm starting to have... Okay, well, that is probably not what you want to do with your Zealot, but the Zealot moves, guys. The Lynx get in. If the probe helps out there, this is an easy win for the Zealot. The Zealot's probably looking at that probe. It's like, bro, mate, get 1 hit off. 1 hit. 1 hit. No. And now there are 4 roaches running to the other side of the map. I want to say that I think Air knows, but maybe Air doesn't know, but he's getting a battery. The best thing he could probably do here is go a mix between sentries and stalkers. So you can have a force field. Stalkers are good against roaches. The worst thing you can do is make 2 more adepts. And he is making 2 more adepts. I'm starting to have the feeling that Air is going to love Starcraft 2 less and less, because for the second time in a month, the Zergs are making some early units and a Twilight Council. The probe now sees... I mean, then again, maybe with the shield battery as support, we are chrono boosting Warp Gate. If he gets like 2 Stalkers, he's actually kind of okay. Like with 2 Stalkers soon, he's totally okay. Assuming that we can move the Stalkers around a tiny bit. 1 more pylon would be very useful here. Oh, low HP Roach is going to morph into a Ravager. Air gets 1. This is not where I would build it, by the way. Oh, that's a little bit late. Stalkers, please. But for the love of everything. Okay, maybe not the ideal spot to warp in the Stalkers. We need to micro the Stalkers. He is not microing the Stalkers. Oh, we are so cooked. Unfortunately, guys, we are so cooked. We had 2 Stalkers and they died immediately. Maybe warping them into the main base would have been a bit safer. So you can just walk them down that ramp. You can start getting some free shots off. The man from Oklahoma, I want to say once more, is in shambles. But no, maybe with the extra star. Fight then, mate. Okay, we are losing a lot of workers. We are losing a lot of workers. We are going to lose the Stalkers as well. The Pro Pool was actually kind of good there for a bit. Unfortunately, we have now lost 4 Stalkers and I think it is over. Even if Jakub was pretty committed. I don't think this is a build that Pig has really been teaching Jakub. And Jakub has gotten some piggy coaching in the past, but I guess he just put his own spin to it. GG gets called and poor Air once more. That's the deal with Zerg units. It is natural and main before minute 5. Jakub takes the 1-0 lead. I guess we'll quickly swap over to NA. It is so sad that he has a probe in the main base of the Zerg. It is attacking the spawning pool. Well, if it would make 1 little circle around the main, then you can get a second pylon on the low ground. You can get a second battery. You can make something else other than like adept number 2 and 3. You make a sentry, you make a stalker, and the game would be probably totally fine. But unfortunately, we didn't. And, well, 3 adepts. I still think there is a world where he holds that a whole lot better. I think from the moment that Warp Gate was done, what he should have done is warp in the Stalkers on the high ground. And then you just walk them down. You get shots off, you kite. Shots off, you kite. Because the Zerg is obviously quite committed. So even if you end up losing a couple of probes, since it's not a speedling follow-up, you don't even have to worry about the ramp. And with 4 Stalkers, you're going to have an easy time just getting in and out of range, firing and killing roaches. But unfortunately, it did not go his way. Well, we didn't make those choices. Alrighty, stream. Thank you to 60th and Mr. Drew and Arax. So many subbies. And Cabana Juice. And Jay can make it. Oh, we're flying. Happy Friday, guys. I didn't believe Jakub when he told me about the 5 roach build. Yeah, I don't think it's a great build. But in the end, it doesn't matter, right? You gotta play what you're confident with. You gotta play what you believe in. At this level, you are so far away from optimal StarCraft that there might just be things that somehow work for you. Mm. So neither of them cares about what is going to be map 2. Air says make chat pick. Alright. We have 2 options of new maps. Talisman or Moonwater. Chat. If you're very quick, you can have an impact. Talisman. Honestly, I think I'm starting to notice a trend, and that any build that includes making a couple of units early and sending them to the other side of the map is incredibly effective against Airneanach. Now, Sugoma is not part of the map pool anymore. I removed it for 2 maps that hopefully we see a little more often. And I think Moonwater is good, and I think Talisman is pretty good. Okay, at least, guys, there is some good analysis happening over here by Air. Double Adept was not the play. I see roaches coming, and I thought, shit. That is correct. Adepts are not known for their great DPS against the roach. So, we are at least forming the right conclusions. So that is something. The first part of progress. And they have gone for Talisman. I'm ready when you guys are. By the way, Jakub is not playing for himself. When I gave him the link of claiming the prize money, he said, oh, I don't need it. Just give it to the kids from Team Roddy. I was like, that's not how it works. You still need to claim it. He's like, but you can send it. I was like, no. He's like, oh, I thought you were the one paying. I was like, no. Jakub, I don't have $500 to give away every Friday. Jakub might, but I absolutely don't. But apparently, whatever he wins, whether it's the $15 or the $60, he's gonna give it to Sabadas and Fiont. So 50-50 among the kids. What a man.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom left side of Talisman. We are looking at the main base of our American Protoss, who's now 0-4 in the Big Brain Bouts. It's time to step it up, mate. A very passionate Brood War man, a man who also organizes his own offline events for Brood War. It is Airneanach of the Platinum Heroes community team. In the top right side of Talisman, we are looking at the main base of the Czech Republican Zerg, already having one map win more than Air ever got in the BBB. It's Jakub. Hatch first this time. So, no early spawning pool. Probably no very early Roach Warren. We're just hatch first. But wait, it's also... What? Okay, what is happening here? Jakub, what are these builds? It's hatch first, but it's still like a 13 pool. Yeah, it's kind of like a fake hatch first. Oh my god. This is the... Okay, this is a J Money opening if I've ever seen one. Okay, he's going for the extractor trick. He's not actually going to mine gas. Air hits him with the GG spray. 3,100, 3,200 MMR gaming, guys. What is Air doing? Why do we have a second probe out? I feel like Air is gonna try to cook here. But this is probably... Oh, what are we doing, Air? What are we doing? Okay. Okay. Second gate is good. Wall off is good. We see that the spawning pool is done. We see slow Zerglings. He's actually checking a little bit more as well this time. He's not leaving as quickly as he did last game. So is Jakub hitting us with the slow Zergling rush or something? No, I think we're 4-gating, right? I think Air is 4-gating. Some 3-gate pressure. Alright, he is chrono boosting out a Zealot. Have we learned from the last game? Can we press H on the Zealot for hold position? That would go a long way. Wait, it's 2-gate? Okay, 2-gate. Please, have it on hold. Oh, he's... Guys, he's learning so quick. But I feel like now we're gonna panic, because this is a decent amount of Zerglings. And I'm afraid that Air is gonna panic a little. He has not built a unit yet. He's now also trapping the Zealot, which means that probes can't help out. He's gonna lose the gate. Air. Air took around 17 years to build an Adept. Good news is that Jakub is building drones behind this, so Air shouldn't die. Air's gonna re-wall, but he won't be in time. Oh, it's not a wall! It's not a wall! No. Okay, he could wall here. That's not a wall. I don't think it's a wall, actually. I legitimately don't think this is a wall. I think links can go through. No, that's not a wall. This is not a wall. Alright, we cancel. Sick. Alright, now it's that's good. Well, guys, can somebody take a little screenshot, and the next time this man from Oklahoma ever yaps about a Roddy Wall-off again, can we take a little look at this masterpiece that he has just created over here? I will take shit from a lot of people in this channel about my wall-offs, Not from this guy. Like, he has just lost his privileges. Alright. So, how's it looking? 26 workers against 29 drones. Casual 4-minute roach warn. I'm gonna scout. He is building stalkers as well. Honestly, wait. And we're getting a proxy gate. And we're getting a robo. And we're getting a Twilight Council. Basilisk will pay for it for this wall? No. They will say, unfortunately, sir, we can't help you with that. I have noticed in some of the games of Airneanach in the past that he either builds all the probes or he builds no probes. I have seen him play one game where he literally went up to like 74 probes of 3 bases very quick, and he just A-moved with double robo, million immortals and zealots, and he really looked like a gamer. Then I also saw him attempt to play Phoenix once, and he forgot to build a worker for 4 minutes straight. And, well, this wasn't quite 4 minutes, guys, but we definitely forgot to build workers there for a while. And then again, Jakub is a 2-base Zerg with way too much money. And a non-saturated gas. Era's warped in his first zealot on the other side of the map. Can't say he ain't cooking. Hello, Athena, by the way. You can't say that the man ain't cooking. If he just builds immortals, he's actually in a fine spot as long as he keeps on building some probes. But he's like putting himself so omega all in that he's just never building a freaking worker. And he's also sitting on 400 gas, and he's clearly not planning on using it. He's just gonna plan on building more zealots. Please, mate, build some immortals for the love of everything. You've got money, you've got available supply. A cheeky hit. Oh my god. What is happening over here? Well, this might be meal prep, but it's meal prep with a whole bunch of products that expired 3 weeks ago. So, no matter what you make out of it, it's not going to be all that good. Hello, Foxer. Coco says he was pumped for the Matty Eyes appearance. This is gonna be a painful attack, man. Like, there's only one way for Air to really put himself in a bad spot, and that's by making nothing but zealots into a guy that's building nothing but roaches and floating 2.4k. Jakub, you could have expanded 9 years ago as well. Even a macro hedge. Oh no. And he still has no Larry either. Jakub, what are we doing? Uh-oh. Air! Build an immortal! Guys, sometimes watching these low level games can be... It's a probe transfer to the hidden base. Wait, what is he doing? Is he gonna try to mine out these minerals? Oh my god. Stop. I think he thinks he is going to be clever and he's gonna mine out these mineral patches. This is 84 minerals! This would take 7 trips! Guys, he's gonna die to slow roaches. Oh, he's building an immortal and he's dropping a dark shrine. And he's building another. Oh my god, triple robo all the way. What he needs right now is Jakub to turn around. Oh, he needs Jakub to turn around. Air attack, mate. Buy time, anything. Buy time for the lot. No. Alright, zealots on top of the nature. That's good. If we can wipe in a couple zealots here as well, that would be even better. This is going to be a really difficult fight, guys. Dark Shrine halfway done. A Dark Shrine would absolutely save us. We might base trade a little here. Jakub has not too much larva. Okay, Air is going to warp in 4 zealots. Honestly, rough time to be a zealot. You think that Air would respect his troops a little bit more. In such a proud American and all. But the Dark Shrine is now 70% done. Jakub is shooting at the unbuildable plates. But he now clicks on the Immortal. And he's like, you know what? I don't like that Immortal. I'm not going for it. I think Air might win. The Dark Shrine is almost done. No, he wipes in 4 more zealots. I mean, it will buy time, but we need a DP, mate. Okay, he's building 3 Immortals. The zealots are running in one by one. Air! Warp in some fucking DTs. Okay, these gates are still powered. No! Don't lose the dark. For the love of everything. Okay, he's gonna recall. A warp oh my god. He recalls a warp prism. He's gonna lose. No! He lost the dark shrine without making a single DT. Against a bunch of hatchery tech roaches and ravages. I can't believe it. Honestly, how does Air keep finding ways to lose? How does he do it? And I love how we have a prism, but he's making another war prism. Air, how do you do it, mate? Now he's going double prism with one immortal. Warped in 5 zealots. That is good. I might have to take an emotional break. I might have to take an emotional break after this game. I cannot believe it. That was supposed to be an immortal. Oh, Air, how do you find it? How do you do it? I can't believe it. There were like 19 ways to win this game. And I feel like there was one to lose it. And Iron Man Air has found a way to lose it. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. He said, I warped in DTs as the shrine died. It started the animation and stopped as it died. Is that how it works, guys? I feel like once the animation starts, don't you just always get them? I don't think that's correct. No, because I believe the moment you would... No, that's not how it works. Right? I think he's yapping. Because the moment you would warp them in, even if it dies, you'll still get it. That's like if you lose your Cybercore, but the Stalker warp in is already going, you still get your Stalkers. Oh, Air. Oh, Air. I mean, it's fun, but it's also so painful. Maybe that is possible, that the pylon died. But it's not the Dark Shrine that died. The MMR for this match is around 3,100. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say I saw 22 different ways for Airneanach to win this game. And I feel like there was one way for him to lose it. And that is by recalling an empty prism, building another prism, never warping in any DTs, and then fighting with one immortal or 3 zealots at a time. Good luck, guys. And if he just builds a few workers. This sounds like less. Hell, that's what it often feels like. Because a lot of you guys are so used to watching Clem and Max Packs do literally every single thing perfect for 14 minutes. That the moment that you see anything worse, you're like, these guys are like 1200 MMR now. Obviously, these are very low MMR matches for the Big Brain Bouts normally. But they're still a solid 3,100, 3,200. I love that comment, guys. I'm 2,400 MMR and this is my league. Yeah, that's what I feel as well, mate, when I watch Dark and Skillers play. I'm like, you know, I'm not quite max packs good, but honestly, this kind of feels like my league, but it's not. Because they're still 800 or 1,000 or 1,200 MMR higher than me. Anyway, it's not over yet, because obviously this man, sure, he might be up 2-0, but he has also been making his life a little bit hard by staying on 2 bases for 7 years and floating 2.4k.
Round 3. Fight.
In the top right side of a frost line, 1 map away from winning 60 buckies that he will apparently evenly split between Fjont and Sabadas, as he's one of the guys that has been supporting the Team Roddy project for a long time. It's not a real team, it's just a temporary team for young players to get a bit of love and support in the Starcraft journey. This is Jakub. Here at the poker table watching Jakub win at Starcraft. We've gone full circle. Bottom left side. Honestly, his performance must remind you a little bit though of his poker performance at Home Story Cup. I have seen this man just call with hands like quads and a nut flush on a non-paired board. He could raise, there were plenty of chips behind, but that's not the way that he plays. Or he ends up with quads and he bets $1 on the river. Because he plays poker like he plays Starcraft. This is Airneanach. Alright, so we've gone Zealot, Cybercore, Forge. Honestly, I don't hate the idea of this hill building an early cannon and then expanding. Is this optimal against what he scouted? Not totally, but just get that cannon, please, mate. Yeah, I like it. And press hold position. And now if we just expand, guys, I really think it's quite okay. As long as he doesn't then die to like 3 roaches that kill his cannon. But it looks alright to me. This is maybe not quite needed, right? But... Oh. Oh. We're gonna get an Overlord kill. We're gonna get an Overlord kill. Just hold position. Next. This is a really good start for Airneanach. Like, it's actually a mega start. Okay, he won't quite get the Overlord kill, I think. It's close, but I don't think he's gonna get it because the cannon shot at the Zerglings. Jakub is so nice. Oh my god. He's just taunting him now. He is just taunting him now. I love this, by the way. I love how we made a roach one. We made 1 roach. And now he's like, no. We gotta drone up a little bit here, babe. We gotta drone a little. I love the 1 safety roach, guys. This is actually next level. This boy was created with a purpose. Stargate. The Stargate is honestly very solid. Because air keeps on dying just against a bunch of ground units. So if he can just get like a Void Ray or 2 out, and I know it sounds bad, but I actually really like Void Rays for this level. And then allow yourself to get some gates, get Zealot charge, get Immortals. Honestly, he's probably doing fine. If he's gonna play Phoenix here, I won't be loving it. Because I've seen his Phoenix replay. And it lives rent-free in my head. Void Ray is perfect. Now we just keep building probes, keep building gates, keep building... stuff like a Twilight Council, and then honestly, air might win. The man is 0-5 in the Big Brain Bouts. As he's hitting us with a Scouting Zealot. Sees a fully saturated natural. This might scare him a little. That's a drone kill, that's good. But it's really not that bad. Like, you're not doing that bad here. It might feel like you're doing bad, but you're not doing that bad. Just... Chrono with some Borkas, get a Twilight Council, mate. The second Void Ray, I don't even hate it. I really don't hate it. I'm not totally certain about the triple Stalker right here. Well, probes, air. Probes, Twilight Council, Zealot charge. Make life easy. Multiple. If he just keeps building voids, it's probably quite good as well. Because obviously as a Zerg, you're going to need a lot of Hydras to deal with that, or some really good Queen play. Don't think that Jakub is quite capable of that. Hydras are pretty expensive. So yeah, if Air would show up with like 4 or 5 Void Rays, it's not bad. Jakub has 2 Queens at the moment. But Air sees a Queen and he says, that's not a thing. You cannot use Prismatic Alignment against the Queen, guys. I think he knows that. That's why he stopped. Alright, Jakub has Lair Tech. What will he do with Lair? Hey, we're finding Overlords. This is actually good. If you kill this Overlord, they can maybe kill this Overlord too. We are unfortunately supply blocked at home. We're now taking 4 gases. I am sure that you guys have heard me say that by far and away the #1 most common mistake of lower level StarCraft players is that people take too much gas when they really don't need it. If you ever want to get better in StarCraft, and not everybody plays this game to get better, and that's fine. Some of you guys just love building some units and herpy-derp around, and it's okay to be bad. And that's okay. But if you ever want to get better in this game, the #1 rule is minerals over gas. First you get all the minerals, then you get gas. Getting all the gas early just kills you. And forces you to stay stuck in silver, gold, plat, diamond, whatever. I'm afraid that Jakub is going to hit Air with like 20 mutas. The second Void has no... I don't think he saw the Spire. No, he didn't see it yet, guys. I mean, Jakub has so much freedom now, and he's doing the right thing, right? He's cranking out high number of drones, 12 drones at once. If Jakub soon spends all his money on Mutalisk, Air is dead. If Jakub makes like 12 Corruptors, then maybe Air can still do something. But at this point, it's almost a free win, I would say, for... I mean, then again, he doesn't even have Zergling speed. To be fair, Air might not be dead. Because Mutas without Zergling speed, not that great. Like a nice combo of Stalker, Void Ray, actually not that bad against Mutalisk. Jakub is gonna be able to build so many Mutas if he gets his 5th and 6th gas up and running as well. And if he saturates this gas, to be fair. Yeah, Air has a shot. Honestly, I'm curious what Jakub is gonna build, because Jakub might just go like Roach Corruptor. I know you guys will say like that sounds insane, Roddy. Okay, yeah, he's gonna go Mutas. It is a tournament match. $60 for the winner, $15 for the loser. You too can win money in Starcraft. We're going Muda Roach. Sick. The Muda Roach. Jakub has still not saturated this gas in the natural, which is obviously a big mistake. Does he have Roach speed? No, he doesn't. I don't know how Air is gonna defend against the Mutas. I'm gonna assume it's not gonna be ultra pretty, because he doesn't have Blink. But he should be able to fight 8 Mutalisk with 8 Stalkers and 3 Void Rays. Air? Air? Oh. Air doesn't care. Air is not paying attention because he is going for the 4 Void Ray hit squad on the other side of the map, and he may be losing everything in his natural, but if he kills everything in the 3rd base of Jakub, they're kind of flying. Jakub, his Mutalisk are becoming a little bit too successful for my taste, but Airneanach still has a powerful army. And Jakub is going to lose the Mutalisk now as he is distracted by these Void Rays, waiting for his Corruptors to show up. The Stalkers are doing it, 1-1 Stalkers, and they're going to be decent against the Roaches as well. The Immortals and the Zealots are going to attack the Void Rays. Is it finally Air's time? Is it possible that our Brood War legend is going to be able to pick up his first map win here in the Big Brain Bouts? It was 0-3 against Davlitos. He is down 0-2 against Jakub. But it's starting to look like Air can win. The Spores are going to absolutely cook these Void Rays. But the ground army of Airneanach is very, very powerful right now. Air is so going to lose Voids against Spore Crawlers. He is so going to lose like all of them. Oh my god, 6 saves. 1 HP calculated. Oklahoma brain baby. I mean, the problem is Jakub has no gas. I don't think he can really do anything. I think Jakub is dead. 4,800 minerals, 200 gas. Ironic, I know, right? After I said minerals over gas. I mean, you do need to obviously find a purpose for your minerals, guys. You take more bases, you get production facilities, or in Zerg's case, you get enough larvae, a couple of queens. But Airneanach has done it, guys. He gets a map win on the board. We're going back to Europe for game 4. Air said, someone's O has got to go. And he got rid of it. Looks like gold. I mean, what is 3,200 MMR, guys? Is that gold league or is that plat? 3K, 3-1, 3-2. It's plat. Yeah. Very low diamond. Yeah, but if it's diamond, it's very low diamond. Because you also have high diamond. High diamond is pretty serious. Like, yeah, I've had some games against people in Diamond League that were like 4-5, 4-6, and they were actually not all that bad. What is the average MMR in SC2? I don't think there really is an average. It might be around this level, to be honest. This might be what is average MMR in StarCraft, but... I had a couple games against some Diamond players where I actually thought that they were gaming. Game 4 will be played on Moonwater. I know this map. I played against Shameless on this map. Not bad though. Shout out to Fazman for the 23 months. I hope to see you again, mate, in June. Little home story cup appearance. I'll promise I'll make a dedicated Fazman hour. Actually, I might have all the time next home story cup, so a lot of Fazman time. Can we do a tournament on Sunday? You mean like on just us organizing it? I think it's possible, but why? What kind of tournament? Hero Marine Rainer is the last series of the night. This is the first of 4. Exclamation mark B, guys. It works. Exclamation mark B, exclamation mark bracket. It all works. Round 4. Here we go. The winner gets $60. The loser gets 15.
Round 4. Fight.
Top left side of Moonwater. Pretty cool, unique map. Some gold minerals that you can get if you mine out these minerals. A lot of choke points, mineral walls. Overall, I do like it. Top left side, he's up 2-1, but maybe. Tiny bit of fear right now. After the Mudas could not quite cut it. If only we would have saturated that gas a bit quicker. And we would have just built nothing but Mutalisk. I think it's an easy win. Unfortunately, with only 8 Mudas going back into slow roaches and floating way too much money, we couldn't quite make it work. This is Jakub. Big fan of the piggy. Going pool first. Top right side from Oklahoma. The man who wrote on the Battle.net channel or in the Battle.net channel. I thought Void Rays are free. Why the hell do they cost 250 resources? I feel Reddit lied to me. It's Platinum Heroes Airneanach. Gonna get ready for dinner with Angie. First time in a suit since June. I want you to know that that Vicky was very shocked that the boys were teasing you about your turtleneck look. She was like, "Why is Rexy being mean to Lena?" Honestly, that was unnecessary roughness. 10-yard penalty to Rexy for that one. Can't believe it. My boy Lena just having a good little trip with his lady in Colombia, enjoying some drinks and nice food. And then he gets fat shamed in my Discord by his own friends. Shameful. You deserve better, mate. Don't let him get you. Have those snackies. I think Air is a little traumatized by units early in his main. And is what he's doing right now optimal? No. We have supply block. He's trying to build an adept. It's not quite working. So we're going to build not 1 but 2 pylons in our main. Air is just hurt. Hurt people do silly things. And Airneanach has been hurt by those Zergs building early pools and running a lot of units to the other side of the map. And the man plays a lot of Brood War, casts a lot of Brood War, watches a lot of Starcraft, but he doesn't play a crazy amount of Starcraft too. And clearly he doesn't quite know how to do with it. And if you don't really know how to deal with it, then you just kind of do everything at once and it looks like nothing. But that is what's happening here. But in a weird way, I still don't think this is too bad. He's up a couple workers. He's going to get a Stargate. He will be totally safe against a couple of slow Zerglings and slow Roaches with the cannon and the Stalker. Unless we somehow have the worst micro ever and shoot 7 times at the Roach. And then Jakub pulls it back like he's Cyril, morphs it into a Ravager, comes back and kills it. But I don't think we're going to see any of that. So I think Jakub is... I think Air is totally fine here. And he's honestly in a decent position here. Still scouting as well. Look at this. The follow-up scout. Okay, if it's triple Ravager immediately, I want to say then Air could be in a tiny bit of trouble, but it's not. Because Jakub has no gas. That was a very ambitious Ravager. I love this attack, man. This is such an AI attack. 4 slow Zerglings, a single Ravager, and 2 Roaches. I absolutely love it. Air is building a Void Ray though. Drops a force field as well. Take that, Zerglings. Starting to believe that we could potentially have a 5-game series here. Now, what Jakub should do is not even necessarily get more gas, because the gas that he currently has is totally fine. What he needs to do is spend his minerals. I stand by my... I mean, if you guys don't want to take my word for it, whatever. But minerals over gas, trust me. But you do need to spend your minerals. You take another base. You build nothing but drones. You fire up 2 queens. That's what you do with all that money. You don't sit on it. You put it to good use. But the Big Daddy Void Ray is out. And the roaches are a little bit confused. The Void is gonna get all but 1 roach, maybe. Maybe even all of them. Okay, we're gonna let one live. Jakub is just taking a little too much time after whatever he has initially in mind as his first idea. And we should have been on 3 bases now. We should have had 4 or 5 queens. Drop a creep 2 more. Get some injects going. And then he would have been in a really good spot. The good news for Jakub, though, is that in general, Air also forgets how to build workers. A much quicker Twilight Council by Airneanach, which I do think is very smart. Like, if Air makes his life easy and he just builds a couple of Void Rays and Zealots, I am convinced that I can probably beat every single Zerg on the planet that has never gone above 4,600 MMR with nothing but Voids and Zealots. And it doesn't make me good or anything. It's just, if you build workers and you build Void Rays and you build Zealots with charge, you're basically going to beat every Zerg up to a certain point. And obviously that's quite a bit higher than the MMR we're currently watching. And Air may not have perfect execution. I don't like the early gases. It's super unnecessary, but okay. I love this battery. I just wonder, like, why? And it's not a big deal because it's like a single shield battery. They're both sitting on a lot of money. Whatever, but why? I just want to know what triggers this shield battery inside of Airneanach. Maybe he's like, you know what? If it's 2 base against 2 base, that's good for me. So as long as I don't die anytime soon, I'm cooking. And he's not wrong. 2 base against 2 base is good for the Protoss. Jakub is sitting on such an insane amount of cash. Like, I obviously understand that if they're battling and the games are stressful and a lot is happening, that it's difficult to spend your money. But I kind of think that Jakub has seen enough Starcraft and has definitely played enough Starcraft that he should be slightly better than this in spending his money. I love that we're going up to 3 bases, like fire up that lair mate, inject, fire up, 5 more overlords, 17 drones for all I care. Your opponent's sitting at home, he's not doing anything. We don't do interest in StarCraft 2. A little macro hedge in the main I'd also be completely fine with. Like, even if it doesn't make sense in a pro game, that doesn't matter. This is not a pro game. But just any way that we can make our life easier right now and in the future in keeping that money low. The Voids are going to hit the main. This is a little bit problematic for Jakub. He does have a Spore, 1 queen with a lot of energy, losing a couple drones. And we've got Larva. Inject and spam some drones, my friend. I love how Air has gone Zealot charge, but then also made 17 Stalkers. But he's honestly doing good in this game. Look at the supply. He's up like 36. He's waiting for his Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine is online. It's starting to look, guys, like Air is really going to turn this around. And at the bare minimum, is turning this into a 5-game series. Jakub is now building some drones. He's got +1 missile attacks on the way, +1 carapace, but it's all just a little bit late. At this point, he's got no army. And the man from Oklahoma is moving out. And I've seen move-outs from players from Oklahoma. I think of J Money. And if they move out, they never turn around. Every move-out is with a purpose, and that is to end the game. They may not say like it is, but it absolutely is. I like the 2 Voids escorting the War Prism straight into the main base as well. No step back. They never look back. I think Jakub is kind of that, guys. He's just sitting on too much money. Hasn't been able to spend it. He's building a lot of roaches now. And if they were out like a little bit earlier, life would be good. But I'm afraid he's already going to take critical damage here from the Stalkers, the Zealots, the Immortal. Before a lot of the roaches can truly party. Maybe if we get the roach speed, War Prism is in the main. Air right now sitting on a decent amount of minerals and gas as well. Maybe he's trying to help out the Federal Reserve a little. I heard that the national debt is higher than ever before, so... Air says, don't worry. Got the economy covered for at least a little while longer. But we have no anti-air. There are 2 voids with prismatic alignment just raining from above. There is nothing that shoots up on the side of Jakub. He's got enough roaches now on the ground to at least put up a fight. Maybe even win the fight if Airneanach doesn't really control his units properly. But obviously all the drones are dead. And if the drones are dead, I don't think the DTs as well in the main. Look at this. Air just showing off right now. We're just going to pretend this fight didn't happen. Look at Air in the main. It is a magical combo of Void Rays and DTs. And we are going to game 5. This was originally the match that I wanted to make before I made Air play against Davlitos. And it's obviously very hard for me to figure out like if people are evenly matched at this level, because what do I know about 3100 MMR gaming? Not a whole lot. But it turns out that these two make a good dance partner. We have a desperate roach counterattack, but obviously this can never really go well for Jakub. He's got no anti-air, he's got no overseers, he's got no detection. These should be DTs, and he's done it. He has warped in DTs when he should have. We're going to game 5, guys. Jakub with the fighting spirit. Doing his absolute best against the invisible guy. Air saying Molten would be proud of me. Well, I know Molten pretty well. And I'm not willing to back up that statement. But it's nice that he's thinking of Molten. Yeah. Molten is probably feeling lots of different emotions right now, ranging across the board. But I'm not sure if pride is one of them. Alright, we're gonna flip a coin, guys. We're gonna flip a coin for the server of game 5. Coin toss time. Air, heads or tails? Alright, we're flipping a coin, guys. Air wants heads. Coin toss. Here we go. Is it heads or tails? Tails. We're staying on Europe. I don't think that really matters that much between these guys, but it's tails, so we stay EU. I need to turn on my game sounds before we start. Apparently Jakub is having a minor audio issue, which he's trying to fix. Yeah, we'll pick heads. To be fair, I feel like most people pick heads. I also feel that most people that participate in a coin toss that have to pick heads or tails, if they go to the roulette wheel, they always pick black. I feel like only the edgy people pick tails and red. The real men pick black. 100% of the time. I really think Molten isn't proud of that. Your girlfriend told you what you said. I feel that Molty is probably feeling a lot of things right now, Air. Lots of different emotions. Pride might be one of them, but I doubt it. Always black, always odd numbers. I wouldn't go with odd. I'd go even. Even is clearly superior. Black superior, even superior, heads superior. Alright, Jakub says he can hear the game. Hi Roddy, can we make Pivus Holy Quick happen? I pay 20 bucks to the winner. Would you stream that next Friday as opener before the matches? Yeah. If they can play at 5, I don't mind casting 5 series instead of 6. Or instead of 4. So yeah, I would absolutely be down for that. That would not be an official part of the Big Brain Bouts, but we can do it as a little pre-show. I'm all for it. Alright guys, the first of 4 best of 5s that we have tonight is going to distance. Don't ask me how I've done it, but I have found 2 gamers that are somehow very evenly matched at this level.
Final round. Fight!
Me too, Lena. Top left side of Whispers of Gold, we are looking in the main base of the legend that bought the poker table for Take TV over in Krefeld. and a man that's been supporting the kids of Team Roddy for a very long time. It is Jakub. Spends most of his time in the Czech Republic, but he also is forced to be in Berlin very often for work. And he kind of just drives back and forth. Also, by the way, proud owner, guys, of a Mustang. The man just casually drives his badass Mustang from the Czech Republic to Krefeld to hang out with us for a home Series Cup weekend. He took me for a little ride once. Loved it. Amazing sound. It's really cool. Badass car. Very jealous. Bottom right side of Whispers of Gold, we are looking at the main base of the man from Oklahoma. Plenty of Mustangs around where he lives. A whole lot more common there than in Europe. This is Airneanach. Even though Oklahoma is a little bit more like Ford F-150 tough rather than Mustangs, I guess. But I'm sure they have some Mustangs too. What about getting bully on a co-cast just for squid pie? He's a bull boy. Always bully. You want to hang out with me, mate? Always welcome. What year Mustang? Honestly, a pretty sick one, Chick-fil-A. I would say... like, it's a special one as well. It's a Shelby one. Or I don't know if it's Shelby, but it's not the regular one. It's a very... I took pictures of it. I can ask Jakub after the game. I think it's like 2019, 2020, and it's like... it's not like ultra sick, but it's a special one-off. And I do believe it has... and maybe it's GT500, yeah. I'll ask him after the game. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here yapping for 3 minutes, guessing what car it is. But it's a very sexy, green, very growly Mustang. He has brought it to home Series Cup like 3 or 4 times. I thought it was awesome. It's very cool as well, because most of the cars in Krefeld are pretty crappy. And then you often have like, you know, Loco and me and Harston. We drive from the Netherlands. So you see like the little parking lot with the old German cars, a couple trucks, a couple Dutch license plates. And then badass Jakub shows up with his badass Mustang. It's like one of these cars on the parking lot is not like the other. You know? By far and away the coolest nerd to make it out to Krefeld. Alright, so we had a bit of an early pull, right? Early pull, a very early Roachhorn again. Air has scouted, but very similar to game 1. He's scout, but he doesn't really scout properly, and then he doesn't really know what's up. But he is a big believer of the Zealot and the Cannon, and I think it's smart. I legitimately do think it is smart. Because he seems to be a minor favorite in the games where he can just stabilize and he can do his thing and he can build a lot of units. And make his Protoss units a little bit more powerful with Zealot charge and whatnot. So, is this optimal? No. Does it make sense for this one-off best of 5 if you really want to win? Yeah, I think it's fine. On this level, I do think it is absolutely fine. Very early +1 as well by Air. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I really don't hate it. It's going to be very good against Zerglings eventually, and he's got that money anyway. Probably better to build like maybe a Twilight Council a bit earlier and get +1 a little bit later. But if he keeps on upgrading, it's all good. We're even scouting. Jakub is building a lot more drones. Obviously, since Airneanach is playing very defensive with a Void Ray, with a cannon, you have time as the Zerg to make that drone print go brrr for quite some time. The Queen does need to help out. Actually, took some damage there, guys, from the Adept. Don't click on the Roachhorn, Air. Whatever you do not click on this Roachhorn. Got one shot up on the drone. Very quick third base, by the way, this game. Honestly, I think it's smart. I like it. As long as Jakub keeps spending that money, some queens, some drones. Obviously, we can get Zergling speed. We can fire up a lair, but... come on, Jakub, spend that money. The biggest problem for the man from Czech Republic has been that he's just been sitting on way too much. 10 workers at a time is good. It's looking better, guys. This Overlord also sees everything that it needs to see. It sees the Stargate, it sees the Twilight Council, a couple extra gateways. Thank you, Mr. MacBox. Okay, I like what Air is doing and like what Jakub is doing. Jakub can probably very safely go for 1, if not 2 more rounds of drones, but then he really needs to start building battle units. Whatever that may be. Queens, roaches with speed, Zerglings, upgrades, Evo chambers, RotterdaM, anything. Your name is also Jakub and you're from the Czech Republic too? And I think you know who you should be cheering for. Era's going for an Oracle now. This has to be some sort of a three-dimensional underwater game chess Oracle that I'm not quite familiar with. There is a universe where I think this Oracle is incredibly smart. But I don't know if that's this one. What happened with Alex? Yeah, don't do that, Alex, but it's okay. Please don't do that. But it's fine. That's also for a week from now. It's not good, but it's fine. We'll take care of it, amigo. I appreciate the nice gesture, and we have a little pre-show next week. 5 versus Holy Squid. It's happening. Alright, guys. Who wants to bet that this Oracle is gonna die immediately? Because I think this Oracle flies in one time, activates Pulsar Beam, and it dies. Oh, I am so doubting this Oracle. This Oracle is the most dead Oracle that I've ever seen. By the way, guys, Charge is now 80% done, so this is really the time for Jakub. Start building some money. Oracle took some damage from the first spore. Void Ray is doing its thing. Queen from the high ground. Oracle! Whoa! He found the spot! Oh my god, Air is a gamer! Honestly, I would have taken 10 to 1 that Oracle would have died. One hell of a stasis, baby. Legitimately, actually kind of good. It was like right on the edge of the spore crawler. Actually kind of good. Not even hating. Alright, Zealot count is high. This is where Jakub... Oh, Jakub's supply block, but he's taking care of it. 8 overlords at once. Jakub needs to build units. A lot of roaches, a lot of hydras. Stasis Trappy number 2. Is he... Honestly? Air? 2 stasis traps and it's still alive. Lol. I love how we pulled all of them to the left. That's kind of funny. We need a couple, what are we going to do? Mass Hydra? Like, Mass Hydra is good if the numbers go up. Just spend your money. I mean, it goes for both, right? It's like, Air, spend your money! Jakub, spend your money! It's honestly hard to say who's going to win this. Hello, Statfest, by the way. Statfest, I watched the clip yesterday, mate. Guys, Statfest spreading fake facts about the Roddy. Sitting there with his boy up a tree, they're having a good time, they're vibing. And Statfest just casually throws out, Roddy says Storm sucks against Terran. And then up a tree, he's like, he's wrong. It's like, when did I ever say that? I think Storm sucks in a lot of moments. But obviously Storm does not suck by definition. That's silly. But sometimes you have people that open up with like Phoenix into Blink Stalkers, and then someone else like, he needs Storm right now. And then I will say, yeah, Storm sucks. Because you cannot go Phoenix with all that gas and then also go Storm. Obviously Storm can be good. It all comes down to how it's used and the timing of it and how well is the Terran set up to deal with it. Can't believe it. Just taking a little look at my boy Dave and my boy Cell, and I'm getting slandered. Unbelievable. Hey guys, you guys know what Statfest said the other day? Stalkers suck against Zerg. I don't know if he was talking about like 3-3 Zerglings with adrenal glands and ultras or Stalkers by definition, but Statfest said Stalkers suck against Zerg. But why does MaxPax make so many Stalkers then? That's weird. Context, guys. Context. Alright, Era's building a RoboBay, which I think is a great play. Unfortunately, it's going to take a little while. The Hydra count is higher than it's ever been. It is Zealots, Stalkers, Cannons, Immortals. Everything is clumped up. Era is making some progress. Can the Hydras get the job done? I'm starting to believe in the mean killing machine that is the Hydra. It is legitimately a close fight. Overseers are coming as well to reveal DTs. Era is sitting on a lot of money, but this was really a moment for the Hydra to shine. Jakub finds an amazing fight here in Game 5. Colossus on the way. But Airneanach has lost his third base. Work account is dead even though this game is not over yet. It legitimately is not over yet. There is a world where the Colossus can save it, and on this level you can re-expand again. It's obviously looking very dicey right now for Airneanach, but if he can just warp in a couple units, he too has money. One Colossus. Don't lose your Immortal, by the way. You cannot lose that Immortal. Don't lose the Void Ray. What is the solid warp in? Air! Is it all going wrong here in Game 5 for Airneanach? Big Daddy Colossus is out. He's gonna rally it straight into the Zerg. Oh my god. Okay, it's over. And Jakub wins on his debut. 60 buckies for Jakub. That means a 30 for Fjond, 30 for Sabidus. Because he already said that he doesn't want it. He just wanted to play for fun and put on a show. Well done, Jakub.
My balls are burning.
Woo. Yeah.
Till my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
For Pi versus Holy including taxes.
I don't know what you think. They were playing for 20, right? If I make 25 bucks, mate, 12 and a half goes to the Dutch government. Or like 13. Not 5. But it's all good, amigo. GG, Air. Oh, yeah, Air, you did a lot better. Nah, don't worry about it, Alex. We'll settle it next week, but it's all good. I can make a little match happen between Holy Squid and Pi. It's content. So, content is always good. He's got to go Hydras right now. He'll just do the same thing. I mean, Air, like, I think even towards the end, if you just buy a little bit of time for that Colossus, I think it would have all gone, it could have all gone better. It was legitimately close. It could have gone either way, but fun series in the end. I feel like you had a good adjustment to his early game aggression, and then obviously he had a good adjustment there in Game 5, where he was just droning up. It's fine. Hello, babe. Vicky cheering for Jakub. Jakub gets a win. Alright, I'm sure Jakub is happy that that is behind him. It was very fun to watch the guys play. Alright, enough community StarCraft. Now the big boys are going to play. First match is a TVT between Foxer and Moja. First series went to distance. How did I find it? I don't know, but somehow, guys, it went to distance between these two. Good job, Air. Good job, Jakub. I'm happy it's not another trio, honestly. Yeah, I am more than happy with this series and the outcome. Alright, so Jakub wins, but from here on out, guys, high-level StarCraft. What you guys are used to on the Friday evening. It is Foxer versus Moja, BBB number 84, TVT, best of 5. Winner gets 80 bucks, loser gets 20. Foxer, the USA Terran, or Moja, the German Terran. When I asked Foxer if he wanted to play, he said, yeah, absolutely, always. Who am I playing? I said, Moja. He said, haha, that was probably the last thing I ever expected. You to ask me to play a TVT. And I said, it's too much Protoss lately, guys. As much as I love Protoss, I'm starting to reach the point as well where I'm actually kind of excited when I'm not casting a PvP or a PvT. PvZ, also fine, but chat becomes annoying. Yeah, I just felt that it was time to get a couple series in a row where we don't have to complain about those fucking aliens and we can just watch the guy with the gun do his thing. Shoot at some bugs. I'll take a very tiny break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I assume that we go back and forth. Europe and Noi, and we'll flip a coin toss for Game 5. See you guys soon. Hello, Slowly. Thank you, I'm Trendo, for the 25 months. Thank you to Alex for gifting a subby. I'll see you guys real soon. Hype.